we go. Good evening, and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I'm your host, the one and only talent, El Idolo Deportivo Taylor. Yo, this is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. We're coming at you live and direct from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Yo, it's another hot day. It's actually not that bad. It's like 75 degrees today. You know, we had scattered storms. It's supposed to rain tonight. It hasn't rained yet. So let's go with what we normally say, about 50% chance of rain today. That's what we've been at. You're officially listening to Volume 8, Episode 11, Track 465 of the MyT Sports Podcast. Ooh, I'm in a big mood today. I'm telling you, listen, I'm gonna tell you, you know what though? We gonna get hot, and we gonna get hot early. You know this, right? You guys know that we're gonna get hot, and we're gonna get hot early. Like you get it. Like you get it. Like it was a big day today. It was a Yo, when I tell you my city is on fire right now, I'm like, yo, I can't even go. Let's kill you. We got the city on fire. We got bills to talk about. We got Giants to get into. We're going to talk about them Jets today, folks. We got a new Blue Chew promo code for you, right? We're going to bring it down a little bit. Free. Nah, we just get big noise with this too, folks. Free BG day 228, folks. We're going to give the birthday shout outs. Don't you forget that you guys need to go ahead and vote. Right? Because there's some shit that's coming up. I know you don't want it happening in your city. Right? You got AB talking out again and again and again. Remember this man ever stop? We got some NBA news for you guys because the preseason is here. Don't forget about the raffle that's going to be taking place every Wednesday at Sharky's. Listen, I know I just basically told you all about it. I'm going to tell you about it again. You know what? I may get a little bit of story time a little bit later as well. Folks, we got all that and more later on, coming up right now on the MyT Sports Podcast. Because you know what we say, regardless of the time and regardless of the weather, it's always a blast on the MyT Sports Podcast. Let's start that back again. Regardless of the time and regardless of the weather.
You play to win the game. Hello?
It's always a blast on the MyT Sports Podcast. Back at it like a sports fanatic. MyT Sports. I'm not even going to go there yet. I'm not even going to go there fully yet. Let's start off the party the way we're supposed to party because I got the pod that rocks the party, right? Who got the pod that rocks the party? I got the pod that rocks the party, and I got the pod that rocks your body. Let's get into that birthday shout out. Hey, yo, DJ MyT, do me a favor. Go ahead and just drop that beat. You like that? You like that? I like that. You like that? I like that. Where the birthday girl? Where the birthday girl? Where the birthday girl? Where they at? Where the birthday boys? Where the birthday boys? Where the birthday boys? Where they at? Go and shake it. Go and shake it. Go and shake it. Go and shake it. It's your day. You ain't shake it. It's your day. You ain't. Woo! Yo, somebody point out the birthday party. Somebody brought out the birthday person. You put a spotlight on them. Give them some room. Y'all give them 6 feet. Let them shake their ass and let them shake their ass and let them shake their ass. Let them shake their ass and let them shake their ass and let them shake their because yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. Check it, check it. Check it, check it. Because it's your birthday. We sing happy birthday. Check it, yeah. Check it, yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. It's your birthday, it's your birthday, it's your birthday. It's because it's your birthday. We sing happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Folks, you know what we like to do here, folks? We like to give a little birthday shout out to everybody that's had a birthday since the last time that we had a podcast, folks. So that's going to cover everybody from October 1st, October 2nd, and October 3rd. You know what? That's the day, October 3rd. That means we officially We're officially fully in Halloween season. Hold on. Sorry, you Instagram people. You just caught the whole ice grill. Pearl grill. Sorry, ice grill. Pearl grill. So the first birthday shout outs we'll like to go ahead and give and listen and folks. Don't think that is only the people that I know. Like if it's some of that you know, listen, don't tag them and on and share on them. Drop their name in the comments. And I'll go ahead and I'll give them a birthday shout out as well too. So for the first birthday shout out we got is for Lewis. What Chacon? I could have sworn your last name was Calhoun or something like that. But to my boy Lou, and I had to make sure it was the right Lou that I knew. Right, that's my boy Lou from CSB. You guys still got 7 radio. If you do, y'all just holler at your boy. Come on through. Let's see if we can work something out again. You know, it's been a while. Should have left you without a dope pot to stepped you. Because I know you need that. I know you need the sports talk on the brand. And who got that better sports than I do over here. I'm telling you, I'm the best damn sports podcast in Broward. Just let you guys know, ain't nobody better than me. Right, folks. So happy birthday to my boy Lewis. Right. Also want to say happy birthday to my homegirl Danielle Esquivel. I hope I say your name right. I know it was always a challenge for us to say your name, even back in them days. Right. Dash Summers. She didn't have the Dash Summers on there before. It was just E back in the day. Right. Old army buddy of mine. Met her in Germany. I think I was leaving Germany right when you got there. So you didn't get a lot of time around me, but you was able to witness your boy in all of his craziness. Cause that's what it was. It was a crazy time back in those days. Like it was a wild time, almost as wild as we get here on the podcast, folks. Right? But let's get into the birthday for the second. Right? Can we give you all the birthdays for the first? Birthdays for the second, folks. We got another army buddy of mine that I also knew in Germany. Oh, more than an army buddy, an army brethren, like one of my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just down here the other day coming to visit. So that he came out here because he had to get a BBL. He was out here getting a BBL, so like he came to visit. So he came to visit real quick before like he got the surge and all that done. Right, I want to say happy birthday to my brethren Paul Joseph. Happy birthday to you. So let's get them all out the way, right? Right, because there's Lewis and there's Daniela and there's Paul and there's Joseph. But Paul Joseph is the same person. I know you got 2 first names, right? We want to wish you all a happy birthday. We hope you party hard. Since the weekend just passed, you have no excuses to party hard, enjoy everything, regret nothing, but more importantly, you continue to stay MyT. You guys make sure that you send out those birthday shout outs that you haven't given out yet. Like to stop being an asshole. There's no reason. If you know, like, yo, give them some love. I'm like, yo, man, give them some love. People get too caught up in themselves or caught up in what's happened to them and then to spread natural joy. Give them some love. Not the people that I know. I'm talking about the people that you know. People that you know, the people in your lives. Give them some love. A lot of my birthday candles over here. We'll blow that out real quick. Let's get into the first topic of the day. Because I told you, my city is on fire right now. Let's get into the first topic of the day. No, that's not how we get into the first topic of the day. Stop playing with me. Yo, my city is on fire. Yo, big up to all of them. We're talking about, yo, big up to the Bills. Big up to the Giants. Big up to my... It's always a beautiful day. It's always a beautiful day in my town when everybody listen, we spread love as the Brooklyn way. That's what we do over here. And anytime that all 3 of them, anytime that we get the trifecta of sports teams coming away with a dub, we out there looking like Jameis Winston, and we just eating W's. Boy, it was a good day. I'm in a good mood. Well, my team won. Come back from a blood clot deficit and them shoot 21. They almost lost that lead. Not the Giants. The Jets almost did. The Giants was handling their thing. Now, not for nothing, right? Not for nothing. They were playing, who was it? A Chicago team, if I'm not mistaken. Right? And they did what they were supposed to do. Another game where you see Saquon Barkley taking over the run game. You see Daniel Jones not getting extra with it. Like, you're seeing the maturation of this team. You're seeing the motivation of this team. You're seeing a team that not only believes in their management again, their coaches again, but also starting to believe in themselves again. It's exciting watching them play. And then you're able to hang on their games again, right? You're able to hang on to these games again and ride them out and ride them out and come out the other end feeling good about yourself. I'm sorry, it's been too long. It's been too long as a Jets fan. It's been too long as a Giants fan that things just haven't been going our way for a while, right? Both of our ways, right? We've had some bad seasons, some really bad management, some really horrific coaching. Like you like the Giants had a guy that thought he was the smartest guy in the world, and the Jets hired the villain from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I still got PTSD from the Gase era. Oh, I hate the Gase. There's no coach I hate in the world more than Adam Gase. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, and I mean it. There's no coach. Right? What's going on, sis? I'm telling you, Reggie Miller could decide that he wanted to coach in the NBA, and I would still feel like Adam Gase is the worst coach, the most hated coach in my coaching history. Now that's an inside joke about the Reggie Miller thing. People are like, yo, what the fuck? How's Reggie Miller catching shrapnels over here? Listen to the podcast. You may find out. Me and Reggie Miller, we go back. Like we have a thing from back in the day, right? So don't like you guys don't worry about me and how me and the yellow cat interact. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it thing. That's just how he gets down. And the New York Giants, they got down, folks. They refused to lose to a Chicago team that is struggling. Not for nothing. It's a Chicago team that looked like them a couple of years ago, right? Didn't have an offensive line to protect the quarterback. Didn't look like they knew what to do with a young quarterback. It looked like they were doing everything to set a young quarterback up for failure. And for a Giants team that is supposedly supposed to be getting back on the right track, this is the kind of team you're supposed to be beating. Now, you know what? Like, and I'm across streams a lot. I'm sorry, I'm across teams a lot over here. Right? So bear with me. Let me sip on my sippy sip. I'm across streams a lot over here, right? Teams. Pause. I'm across teams a lot over here. Just like the Giants, right? Now let me stay with the Giants. I want to talk about my Jets so bad. I'm so excited. Like I really am feeling myself. Like I'm talking about, like, I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. Cause I want to talk about the Jets and I can't hide it. Woo woo. Play my drop again one more time for the one time. I told you guys I'm in a big mood. Right now. So the New York Giants take care of business 20-12. The game wasn't even close. All right. And it's the consistency for me right now, right? Because nobody thought the Giants were going to be 3-1. But also that's because generally the teams that you were looking at when the season schedule came out, right? And you picked up the schedule and you did the win-loss game, right? A lot of those wins were against teams like Chicago. But to Chicago, they were looking at you like you were a winnable game too. What's happening right now is that the games that you thought that you had a chance to win, you are actually winning. That's the first step. You understand? It doesn't matter how many games you win at the end. One of the first steps into improvement, one of the first steps of consistency, one of the first steps of being a good team, beat the teams you're supposed to beat. And in football, it don't matter by any means necessary. We don't care if you got if you gotta go bite an ankle, right, and then get back up, and because you get knocked down, and then you bite a calf and you get knocked down, but you get back up, right, and then you get up and you bite his thigh, and but no, you get knocked down and you get back up, and then what?
Twist his dick.
Whatever you gotta do by any means necessary.
Twist that dick.
And that's what's happening with the Giants. They're finally winning these games. Nobody cares how you win games. Like the NFL, right? I think especially when you get to the NFL, right? Like it's in college, they want you to win flashy. They want you to win by a certain amount of points. Like, oh, this team doesn't belong on the field with me. We won 47-point blowouts. That's why it's hard for me to watch college. I guess you guys could watch, like, yo, I want to see if you get to that 40% blowout. That shit was fire, bro. It's not for me, pimping. I'm getting there, though. I'm getting better. I spent at least a Saturday and a half now watching college sports. All right, I forgot what the fuck I was doing for the rest of them. They made Justin Fields look pedestrian. And you know what? I'm gonna give Justin Fields one little bit of credit. He didn't turn the ball over. Because we've seen when these young quarterbacks get put in a position that he's in, and they become turnover machines. The Giants, you guys had one. You have him still. He's just been doing better lately. And it was scary. It was scary because I really thought that oh shit, closed the wrong thing. It wasn't and I needed. I really thought that my prediction was gonna come through. Right? Was gonna start coming true. A little, and this one wasn't super beneficial to Giants fans. One of the things I had predicted, on top of Tua have a tongue twister being out, was Tyrod Taylor is probably going to end up taking over Daniel Jones's job as well, and it's probably going to happen somewhere between halfway through the season. I thought both of those guys were going to end up losing their job about halfway through the season. We seen Tua get his job, being replaced already, and we saw a glimpse of Tyrod. But Tyrod is the walking definition of can't get right. Like, if it wasn't for bad luck, Tyrod Taylor would have no luck. Like, Tyrod Taylor at this point better just hope that he continues to be a sympathy story where somebody on some team wants to just give him a chance. I don't care what, second string, third string quarterback, locker room guy, whatever it takes, just to try to help this guy out because they see like, yo, what is it? But you know what they say, right? Your availability availability is an ability that matters. And even though you can't help all injuries, and in this case, you can't help all injuries, talking about MCL tears, punctured lungs because the doctor went too far while giving you a rib injection. And now Tyrod Taylor gets the opportunity to take over for Daniel Jones because Daniel Jones tweaks his ankle, right? Has to go back out. My foot, right? Tyrod Taylor comes in there, and it's like, okay, you know what? Here goes my opportunity. Let me see if I could do some things, right? Let me see if I could go ahead and, and slice up these pizzas to all these Ninja Turtles and get some people eating over here. Nope. Master Shredder will come through and kill that party. Concussion. Womp, womp, womp. It's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate, the kind of luck that Tyrod Taylor has sometimes. It really is unfortunate. It's unfortunate to see.
Sorry, B.
Really, sorry, B. Like it's nothing else we can do here. Because I feel like Tyrod Taylor, it would be, or he always comes off as another one of those bridge quarterbacks that somehow he still finds his way onto a team. That's like I really hope he continues to get an opportunity. Like somebody, like, but I don't know how much longer it's gonna take because now he has a concussion, so he's definitely not gonna be available for next week because after Tua got a tongue twister, right, had his concussion issues over the last couple of weeks, they're not gonna do this again. They're not gonna risk it again. This just happened on national television. They had the Thursday night spot. That was a Thursday night game, right? Am I tripping? Am I already crossing my weeks? Yeah, that was national television. That was the Thursday night spot. Basically, no other football on. Everybody watched. A bad decision that everybody knew that was going on from the week before, right? Watch them double down. And listen, let Tua got a tongue twister be a lesson to all you people that you know you wrong and you just double down for no reason just because you're like, you know what? Fuck it. I've already gone this far. Like, no. Like, there's nothing saying that you can't, pump that brake. I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Let me fall back. I'm wrong on this one. Nah, they wanted to push through that. I'm not gonna go into that Tua situation. It's frustrating. Listen, it's a double-edged sword. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It really is a double-edged sword, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. For me, as I'm talking about it, because it is a fucked up situation. It really is. It really is a fucked up situation. What's happening with Tua, right? He is very slowly getting into that category of get right either pretty soon. If it wasn't for luck, if it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck. He is very slowly getting there. These injuries and these incidences are starting to pile up. How much often are you, how much longer are you going to have a miniature quarterback keep punishing themselves like this? See, the thing about the other smaller quarterbacks in the league, they normally don't have this many injuries. Even the ones through time, they don't have this many injuries this young. Because injuries young mean injuries old. And if you're young and athletic and you depend on the athleticism, when you start getting young and injured, that athleticism starts to go, and now you're just broken and semi-athletic, and now you're just small and average. Which basically means you're a moving target, you're a walking target, you're a standing target. It means that you're a blood in like in the ocean full of sharks. Actually, they're a little worse than sharks. They're like piranhas. But I've already warned you guys. See, yeah, we're going full 2 already, right? And so that's why I said it's a double-edged sword, because it really is a bad situation for that. He's gonna find himself in, and nobody wants to see something happen to any player. But then it's the Jets fan in me, and I'm like. I told you guys this was going to happen. I warned you guys that Tua was not going to last because of all of the things I just laid out. And here he continues to be an injured quarterback. And now the other thing that has happened, and I told you guys this was happening, that week 1 performance, that bought him credit. That bought him credit in the hearts of Dolphins fans. And that credit is going to go a long way for these sympathetic saps. I'm telling you right now. I can see them already. Like, yo, T, why you so hard on him? Come on, man. Like, you see it's happening already. It's already coming in. I get it. Tua, you guys started off the season strong with him. Right? But how long before it turns into the scenario where all you can say about Tua is, man, when he's healthy, like he can really, when he's healthy, those remember those first 3 games, before he got that concussion, he was, like how much longer before you're always talking about what he could be, because he can never stay on the field long enough for it to pan out. That's injury prone. You paying that guy? You franchising him? You giving him that bag? You got that bag, that Wendy's big bag. You giving him that bag? I'm just saying. I know he's won a place in your hearts. But let's take the heart out of this, right? Let's get an ice box where our heart used to be. And let's get back into our old pastime tradition. When you're using your head, you were using your head. You are using your head. Or you are using your head, right? Let's stay there. You kind of know Tua isn't the guy. Like you hope he is. How many more injuries before you finally say, "Yeah, I'm sorry, B. It's not gonna happen." How many more? How much credit did that week one performance buy you, Dolphins fans? Right? Ayo, if you guys are listening, I'm in South Florida, right? If you guys are listening, start tagging your favorite Dolphins fans, right? Like go tag them all, right? Like tell them to start calling up on the hotline. I want to know how much credit did Tua buy you guys with that week? Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I feel like I'm slurring. I haven't even been drinking and I feel like I'm slurring. It's the bright lights. It gets you drunk. How much credit did he buy you with that week one performance? That Baltimore game. 6 touchdowns. You know, Baltimore was a legit team and we made a comeback. And now, legitimately, the reason why nobody picked Baltimore to beat the Bills this week was for one reason. And listen, kudos to you guys. Nobody knew that coming into the season. Nobody knew that the Baltimore Ravens would be haunted by the ghost of Bart Scott. Like, because when it comes to the fourth quarter, it's a shame. Like, what happens to them?
They can't stop a nosebleed.
They can't. And it's crazy. That's Bart Scott's former team. The Baltimore Ravens are a team that's known for their defense. So kudos to you, Dolphy. Like you did expose that. You helped expose that. But now when you got the opportunity to do that again with this quarterback, and for how long? Because that's what we're really constantly worried about with Tua. How long can he survive? So as long as he's gonna want to play, then we're gonna hope that he survives or stays alive. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the Tua. Again, I'm a Jalen Hurts kind of person. Like I thought he was the better prospect anyway. And we see what Philly's doing over there. We'll talk about Philly later. We don't know if we're going to talk about Philly today. I don't know if we're talking about it on Wednesday. I feel like I'm going to leave a big portion of the show for you guys on Wednesday. Guys, make sure you come out to Shorkies on Wednesday. Right? We do a live show from the 8:07 p.m. to 11:07 p.m. We're going to be talking sports, doing it all. We're also going to be doing a raffle. Why am I talking like, did I spike my drink and forgot about it? Like, did I? Because you know sometimes you do things out of muscle memory, right? And you don't realize it. I'm wondering if I put alcohol in my drink and I didn't realize it. Well, if I did, it's only going to get worse. I guzzled the hell out of that. It was good. It would be a shame. See, I mix vodka with my lemonade. I know you wonder, like, yo, if you can't taste the alcohol in there, then it must not be a lot of alcohol. I mix my alcohol, my vodka, with Publix lemonades. And for some reason, the fusion just blends so well. It's like when two people interlope and you get the perfect DNA that fuses together to make a baby. That makes like the perfect alcohol baby. It really does. And no, I'm not mocking Tua, okay? Guys, calm down. I'm not that cruel. But you get that. But you get that great alcohol mixture with them. Go ahead and try whatever your flavor is. Regular classic lemonade, mango lemonade, raspberry lemonade, blackberry lemonade, cherry lemonade. They got them all. I know what you guys are thinking about. Just try the lemonade first. And then you can go do all your Arnold Palmer shit, okay? I already know it was an Arnold Palmer person in the background. Like, hey, yo, what about if we mix it with a little bit of iced tea? Mix with the lemonade first, and then you could go get all the Arnold Palmer mixerization that you want. But back to my city, because my city is still on fire right now, and so am I. I'm an excited person. I really am. Giants win. What was that? 20-7? No. Pull that Giants score for me again. It was 20-12. Again, Daniel Jones doesn't do much because he goes out injured, right? And they have to get Tyrod in there. Tyrod basically on the literally on the first drive. I'm telling you right now, that was karma. Somebody that's a Giants fan took a little bit too much happiness in the injury of Tua. That was karma coming back to you guys. Right? But more than anything else, they did, and it's happening in Dallas too. So let's let you guys know, right? That's as much credit I'm gonna throw Dallas away. Maybe we talk about Dallas when we at the bar on Wednesday. We'll talk Dallas. We'll talk Philly. We'll go over that NFC least, or what used to be the NFC least. Now they over here looking like the NFC beast and stuff, and they don't even got their quarterback yet. That's a whole nother day. We'll take a trip down to Texas in a couple of days. Right? It's gonna take us a while to get there. Let's stay in Florida for a while. Let's stay in Florida and New York, right? You know how those two places intertwine, right? There's a melting pot. Like a good 30% of the people that live down here are in South Florida or from New York. The other 40 are from South America. And then what did that leave us with? Another 30? 15% of those people are Floridians. I'm just saying. Like, it's just how the numbers work. Like, don't ask me how. Like, it's just how it is. It's just how things work down here. I enjoy Florida. I really do. Like, I've gotten to that point. I really do. I mean, people can tell like, yo, when you go, like, I have no reason to leave Florida. Like, I've been to other places. I've been to other countries. Like, I've had holes in other area codes. Like, I've been pimping around the world. I've done all that. Like, I'm ready to call somebody. I'm ready to have a place called home. Ready to build a community. You know what I mean? And listen, speaking of building a community, if you guys see me, like, I may be on cloud 9. Well, I lie. I may be on planet 9 in the next couple of months. Just let you guys know. If things in business and in my personal life go the way if the momentum keeps picking up the way that they have been, I'm speaking strictly from how this week got. Because guys, as you guys know, we share everything here on the Mighty Sports Podcast because it's just me and you here. Ain't nobody else listening. It's just me and you. It's just me and you here. You can ask whatever you want to ask. You could call in. Me and you could just talk it out. Like, it's just me and you here. There's just nobody else. It's just me and you. You and I to the day we die. Oh shit! I forgot I had that there. Is that on camera? Good, it's not. Whoa. Hey, yo. Beats like that. Oh man. But yeah, if everything goes right, then I'm gonna be on planet 9 in the next couple of months. So let's see if we can ride this momentum out, and let's see how these last 3 months of the year pans out, or the first quarter of the fiscal year. Like, however you want to look at it. Like, let's see how these things pan out, because some waves was made. Like, there may be another hurricane passing through Florida pretty soon because some waves were made. Holla at your boy. It's a good time. Giants get himself a good win. Saquon puts up, like 150 yards rushing? Pull that back up for me. Why are you always taking my stats down? Right? I think Saquon puts up like 150 yards rushing. Saquon Barkley right now is one of the top rushers in the NFL. Now, keep it a buck. All right, that's the easiest way I can say it, right? To keep it a buck. Happy to see what Saquon is doing. But Saquon still makes me pause a little bit. Because still don't know if Saquon is fully back yet. So we'll have to see how things go. I don't think that Saquon is the kind of person to get paid and then start slacking. I don't think he is, but that's always a concern when you're talking about athletes. Like the Knicks, we got Knicks talk coming up tomorrow as well, on Wednesday as well. I think I'm gonna hold off on the Knicks talk today, right? Because the first game is tomorrow. But you know what? I'll give you a little Knicks talk today. I'll give you a little Knicks talk. We'll put it down on the docket for today, right? I should give you guys. I should have really came with the tea of the weekend. That's what I should have came with you guys for. I know you guys haven't heard it in a while, but I really should have came with the tea of the weekend. That really been the move for you guys today. But Saquon's definitely looking like one of as the running back that you thought he would be when he was drafted with the second pick. But now you're just concerned with somebody that was coming back from injury. He could have nobody really knows how these athletes are feeling, right? You're always a little bit sore, you're always a little bit banged up. Who knows if he's trying to struggle through something right now because he wants to show that he could, but he looks good, right? Or who knows when he starts to feel something starts to slip, if he pushes through it because he's like, yo, I got to get this payday. And then he takes that payday, and then we get back the Saquon that they've had for the last 2 years. Just a concern, right? Like I said, I'm not sitting here not loving what he's doing, and I can't love it because that's the concern. No. But it is something that when I see that Saquon put up 146, I'm like, okay, here we go. Saquon looking like that dude. But then I can't stop but think, like, I hope he can keep this up. Not 146 yards. I don't know if anybody can keep that up. But it's consistent 100 yards. Just average at least 100 yards per game. That will, you understand, we're talking about 1,800 yards if he does that. And right now he's already on pace. He can have a 50-yard, he can have a couple of 50-yard games right now and still be averaging over 100 yards per game. Like, that's how well he has come out the gate. Now, not for nothing, right? As I'm watching this, right? So let's go more on the positive side. I told you right now, the city is on fire, and we want to make sure we keep that candle lit. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to snuff you out over here, right? And let's get back into the fire, right? Let's get back into the flame. Let's get our Johnny Storm on and flame on. Whew. Wait. I can't pull it up anymore. It's too late. I already started the pod. I was gonna use. I'm supposed to have this game on. You know what? I may have to lose a feed somewhere because I want this game on, and I'm not getting it on something because I'm really gonna have to keep an eye out for you guys. I really just disconnected the way I was viewing you because I can't get the way that I want the game. Like, everything else is acting up. Oh, look at it. Look how fast you're loading though. Like you just know that you want me to pick you up. Look at that. You're just giving it to me exactly how I want. Oh, look at that. Look at them wheels turn. All right, let's get back. Sorry, about to get my football back. Saquon didn't put up any touchdowns this game, right? But the touchdown portion of it is just to satisfy fantasy owners. Giants fans everywhere is happy that Saquon Barkley put up a dominant 150 yards on the ground and still had some balls in the air and still played quarterback. Well, they ran the wild card. The Wildcat. But Saquon Barkley looked like the guy that you hope that you would get when you drafted him with the second pick. Even more so, he looks at bare minimum very close to the guy that he was when he was a rookie. And you was just hoping you would get at least glimpses of that guy back. You got that guy back, and Saquon is smarter and just may be as athletic. I can't tell if he's missed a step, but you know what you don't see him doing much of anymore? Hurdling over people. It's just kind of Let me get between these tackles. Let me be a little bit patient. Follow this big man real quick. Let me burst out of this seam. Catch this ball on the, you know what I mean? On the swing. Go for the. Does it go? So I'm happy for the Giants, right? I'm happy for the Giants because, again, nobody saw this. Nobody saw the Giants, even in their best case scenario. Nobody saw the Giants coming away this week with a record of 3-1. We're in the fourth quarter already. Damn, Gina. I didn't realize that. We started the pod late today. We did. I know for you people that don't listen live, and for them really like to catch the re-ear, whether you're listening to the re-ear on Podbean or Spotify or on TuneIn or on Pandora or on Amazon Music or on Google Podcast or on Apple Podcast, like wherever you listen to your podcast at, right? Like I understand, like for you guys that you're like, don't really matter to me here. We good. But for you live people, I like to catch it live. I know you're like, yo, T, I got caught up at my side hustle, okay? I got caught up at the side hustle. Work is work. The side hustle pays for pays for the podcast. Like that's what it goes. Like the side hustle pays for the majority of the podcast. So you guys also make sure that if you're listening, that you like and you share and you subscribe. Definitely subscribe. But listen, there's a couple of places to make sure you go subscribe that can really help your boy out. Head over to YouTube, hit subscribe on that one. Head over to Twitch, hit subscribe there too. If you're an Amazon Prime member, just let you know that you get Twitch for free. Right? You get Twitch Prime for free. So that means that you're able to use what is considered a paid subscription and go ahead and like your boy real quick. It will be much appreciated. Right? But go ahead and like, share, and go ahead and like and follow anywhere that you listen to. And definitely that way so that you can hear that bing bong every time that we go on. It's supposed to be something right there, but it left. The Giants were the only New York team that came out and did their thing. The Buffalo Bills had themselves a night. Like, oh, what a night. A breezy day back in 22 with kids out here drinking Mountain Dew. Oh, what a night. Or maybe a couple of people out there drinking brew. That sounds a little bit better. Right? The Buffalo Bills, they go out and they have themselves a game against Baltimore. And the Baltimore Ravens, they came out looking professional. They came out looking like the better team. They came out looking like, you know what? I am tired of you guys whooping our ass. It's time for us to go ahead and take the reins and show you that we want that number one headband in the AFC. That's what we want. We want our title shot. It's our turn. Like, you guys got fat out there while we all starved to death. I want in. That's what it looked like he was saying. Apparently, he may have been saying that, but all they heard was wah 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 wah. There's something wrong with me. I apologize. You guys have to take this journey with me. As we're speaking of taking a fantastic voyage, rest in peace to Coolio. He just recently passed. Oh, man. The Baltimore Ravens were up again in another fourth quarter. And you know what? I don't mind this at all. Because so far, both times it has happened to two teams in the AFC East. So that gives me a very small inkling of hope that when the New York Jets play the Baltimore Ravens, did they play them already? Hope they didn't. Did we already? I don't know. That If they're down in the fourth quarter, no, wait a minute. What am I saying? We already did. Joe Flacco already played his former team. I think Joe Flacco played his former team already. Yeah, they did. I'm tripping. Never mind. That inkling of hope that I had, yeah, that shit just ran out the window. All right, let's move on. That shit, that thought process is dead. I can't even go into that point anymore. I really thought I caught a happy moment for real. I ain't catch no happy meal. Like they ain't put no fries in my bag. There was no toy in there. Like it was just a dry ass pieces of bun. They even put the burger in between the bread. They just threw a piece of bun in there and some of them little onions and smashed it together. It was like, here you go. Put it in the box and it was like, yo, we drove off, got home, was like, yo, where the fuck is my meal at? That's what just happened a while ago. Am I tripping? And I was supposed to say happy birthday to somebody today and I forgot. Wait a minute. Hold up. I know I wrote your name down somewhere. Oh, okay, it's coming up later this week. Alrighty, okay, Poe. All right, I thought I was forgetting about you today, Poe. But no, your birthday's not today. The Buffalo Bills came back against the Baltimore Ravens, and it was so, I don't want to say gut-wrenching to watch or cringe to watch. Yeah, I think that's the word. It was kind of cringe to watch because you saw it coming. If you've been watching the Baltimore Ravens this year, and I said kudos to the Miami Dolphins because they help expose the Baltimore Ravens. It was a thought that the Baltimore Ravens had some defensive issues and deficiencies, but nobody saw the Dolphins coming. Period. So nobody saw them losing to the Dolphins the way they did in that fourth quarter. Like I said, it was an eye-opening game. It was a game that helped put Tua on the map and like I said earlier, to win in the hearts of everybody in Dolphin town. But it also exposed the Baltimore Ravens into us looking at them as if, you know what, that defense of yours is going to get you in trouble, and you may not end up winning some close games if your defense can't hold up. And you're playing, and we're talking about Patrick Mahomes, not Patrick Mahomes. We're talking about, I forgot his name for half a second. So I'm looking at you over Twitter. Like, we're talking about the Bills. We're talking about the Bills quarterback over here, right? We're talking about a guy that everybody is on the consensus that the only reason why they didn't beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game is because they didn't have the ball last. Josh Allen is basically up there. Basically, once Tom Brady and Green Bay's and Aaron Rodgers, Aaron retires, the conversation will be fully, whose league is this? Is it Josh Allen's? Is it Patrick Mahomes? Is it Lamar Jackson? Is it Justin Herbert? It's going to be the person who's ever getting the most rings. We've seen that. There's going to be people that flash in there or coming in with a little spurt, give a little lightning in a bottle. But ultimately, who's going to be the one winning them rings? And Josh wants to try to get himself one of them rings. So does Lamar. Lamar's in a payday. And if I don't want to be a dick here, right? But if we're negotiating, and we've been negotiating this back and forth now, right? We've been trying to come to terms with Lamar Jackson. Things quite have it like not into the place that we like. He wants a little bit more money that we're willing to give. Okay. Let's start getting to that number let's get that number that you want to get. And I may have to start getting a little petty and start making little minor deductions. Hey, no, you couldn't come. You couldn't close out this game against Miami. I don't know if you're gonna be worth that Patrick Mahomes money. Let's get you a little bit lower than that. Ooh, you lost to Josh Allen. You couldn't come in for that. Let's get you a little bit less money. Like every time that these little things happen, I may start ticking them off a little bit, including not making it to the Super Bowl and winning it. Ooh, so we're gonna look at you like that. Or they could look at you like that because you decided to bet on yourself for every little thing. So okay, this is when you may have to start nitpicking because you guys are negotiating. Now I know he can't do anything about his defense not being able to stop a wet, you know what I mean, or holding up like a wet paper bag. But there's always one thing I always say, right? There's always one thought pattern I always have. Anytime I hear about, damn, like this person's defense couldn't hold up, this team blew a 28-point lead, right? And that defense just gave up everything. But if I'm blowing you out by 28 points, yeah, that means at least in 4 possessions, my defense gave up touchdowns. But that also means in 4 possessions, I didn't score either. And that's where you get condemned, in my eyes. I don't care that you had a 21-point lead that your defense blew. How about you put more points on the board? You're supposed to be a quarterback. You're supposed to be the offense. You put up 28 points up to this point. Put up 14 more. How you just stop scoring all of a sudden? This is why I gotta respect. See, and this is the difference between me and you. All right, and that's what Patrick Mahomes says to you every time he looks at you. This is what Tom Brady says, because I'm gonna tell you this. Tom Brady knew it, right? That against certain teams or this period, you can't let up. All that time that you guys thought that Bill Belichick was being an asshole because he's running up the score, no, because you see teams coming back from 28 points down because they know that teams take the foot off the brake. Why am I going to take the foot off the brake so that you can feel better? No, I want my team to know what it feels like when they have to play through all 60 minutes of the game, because in the games that matter, that's how long you're going to have to play and even more. Every play is going to matter. And listen, that's what makes Tom Brady so great, is that when everybody was taking their foot off the gas, he was like, nah, where's the nitrous at? I think they popped their top a little too early. Like they're that guy from Fast and the Furious. You know, every time that guy plays and you see a person just pacing, like, oh no, too soon. That's what he does. Tom Brady knew it, right? And then he played Patrick Mahomes, right, in the AFC Championship game. And Patrick Mahomes learned and realized it. And then very recently, lost them in the playoffs. And Josh Allen, and actually that happened a couple years ago, that Josh Allen realized it, and it was solidified this past year. He realized it. There is no gas for you to take your foot off of. You get a 28-point lead, you put 28 points more up on the board. No lead is safe. So while a lot of people, and while you can, yes, blame the defense, what's going on, KJ? We see you people. We see you guys popping in on Instagram. Yes, while the defense is not doing their job, and the defense allows the offense to put up 28 points, yeah, but the offense still got 4 possessions. The offense still gets an extra and the same amount of possession to also just put up 3, put up 1, put up 6, do something. Do something similar to what gave you this lead. See, too many quarterbacks, right? Too many offenses are let off the line, let off the hook sometimes for not putting up more points in leads that are blown. It all falls on the defense suddenly. Nah, Pippin, how about you put up some more points? Because honestly, while we thought that Baltimore's defense was not going to be able to hold up Lamar, how about you put up more points? Because this performance right here, I hope you took this fully to heart. If you're not willing to play for 75 minutes straight of scoring, you're not going to beat Patrick Mahomes. You're not going to beat Josh Allen. Those guys learned, Lamar. Those guys learned over the last couple of years. Now, granted, this could be part of your eye-opening moment, right? But those guys learned a couple of years, right? There is no letting your foot up off the gas. There is no downtime when you're trying to beat the elite of the elites. When you're trying to test yourself up against the best, those games are like playoff games. And those guys treat playoff games like they're Super Bowls. Because if you're not treating those games like that, when you go up against the Tom Brady's of the world, you're going to fall short. See, that's who they tested their iron against. That's who was chopping them down, and they realized it. Right now, you're being chopped down by Tom Brady's proteges. You're being chopped down by his little bros. And you still having problems. You better learn quickly, pimpin'. You better learn quickly. You're gonna be that guy that you're gonna be just like. Listen, we could talk about the coach too, right? Like whoever's in charge of that offense needs to be held accountable. Period. Like I don't know. Listen, you can blame the coach. I'll go look at the OC. Why are you taking your foot off the gas? If it's the coaching philosophy for us to try, no, why are you taking your foot off the gas? That is not the opportunity to take your foot off the gas. Like you want to go as hard as you can for as long as you can. And speaking of going as hard as you can for as long as you can, folks, don't forget that we have Blue Chew. Folks, what is Blue Chew? Blue Chew that happens to be a little blue pill that can get you back your thrill. All you got to do is open up a pack and head straight to the sack. Just a few chews before you do the do. Yes, Blue Chew has the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. So trust me, this is one opportunity that you just can't miss. She's going to love how you come through like a champ when you Blue Chew in advance. And for a very low cost, you can beat it up like a boss. And all you have to do, and if you use this week's promo code of UHTS, that's Uniform Hotel Tango Sierra, you can get your first order of Blue Chew for free. Go to bluechew.com, use the promo code Uniform Hotel Tango Sierra, UHTS, your first order of Blue Chew for free. Listen, I know you're saying it's not something that I need, Pimp, but why do I need Blue Chew for? It's not what you need. It's about what she wants. Blue Chew. It's only two methods or two directions to it. You chew it, and then you do it. I prefer the Lionel Richie style. Hashtag me what style you like. All night long, all night, yeah. All night long, all night, yeah. Cause everyone you meet is fucking in the streets all night long, all night, yeah. You know what I said? Hand on my dick in the club with some thug shit. Hand on my dick in the club with some thug shit. Hand on my dick in the club with some thug shit. That's how he gets down. Hand on my dick in the club with some thug shit. So literally, Baltimore was who we thought they were. Baltimore was really who we thought they were. And I don't think Baltimore is going to be one of those teams that made it last year that's not going to make it this year. We're going to play that game on Wednesday. Which teams we're going to try to figure out. First quarter in the season is passed. We're going to take a look, and we're going to try to see which 6 teams is not going to make the playoffs. So we're going to try to make a prediction for the next 6 to go in. It's going to be surprising because I have a feeling that we may put in 75% of the NFC East. I'm just saying. Think about it. All right, watch out now. Don't turn around. Hey, let me ride that donkey. Let me ride that donkey. Better check it. That should make a sound when it walks. Boom, 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 boom. My city's on fire. I'm telling you. It's no better when all teams get a dub. You know what they said? Like, everybody lose when the family feuds. When the family is all winning and we all eating, baby. We all showing up the bars happy. Everybody's buying everybody a drink. Chairs and beer splitting all over the place. Smiles everywhere. Slapping waitresses on their ass. Smoking cigars. Well, sorry. I went 1960s for a second. My bad. Giving your waitresses dap. Smoking a joint. I mean, unless you want you to smack her ass and you smack her ass. Like, you like, listen, you take care of your waitresses. Like, it sounds like I'll be like, listen. It sounds like I may be going back to one of my oldie but goodie bars, and it sounds like I may be frequent. Damn it! Why can I not talk? And I don't even have alcohol on me today. Like, that was not alcohol. I'm telling you, that was not alcohol. Nah, I didn't put alcohol in there. with a little bit more frequency. Listen, it's probably but we need to make arrangements. We need to make plans for this week. Because this week we got the Jets. This week we got the Dolphins. We got Jets. We got Dolphins. We got rivalry. Both teams don't suck. Which means that the New York Jets can go ahead and take advantage of this toothless team, a tooless team. Get themselves a dub. Get themselves above 500 in the first 5 games of the season since 1982. It's probably like 2002, but you know what I'm saying over there. And you understand? I'm just happy to get back there. You understand? Giants and Jets both. For far too long, right? In the city of apples. Have the Giants and the Jets started off so rotten that all fans have been sick by this point. But I bequeath thee. It is not to be this year. This year looks vilely different. The Blue Giants are on a riveting start as they come away with 4 victories and 1 losses, and the Jets are idly flying by with a 2-2 record. You understand how many times that both teams have been 0-5, 1-4, the majority of the last decade? So if you're like, hey, yo, you're a little too hype for 4-1 and 2-2, for 3-1 and 2-2, I know. But hey, if you can have Cowboys fans over there being hype, and granted, I hate to say it, I mean, they may have a little reason to be hype, I guess. But I guess you know what? No, I'm not going to justify it, because to do that, I would also have to justify Dolphins fans being happy about how they've started or about Tua, and I am not willing to be that forgiven as of yet. Nah, I'm gonna have to reserve that. Sorry, I'm not trying to set a precedent yet. Nope, not that one. The Jets came away with a big victory. Let me repeat this again. The Jets came away with a big. Oh, whoa. Did I mention that Daniel Jones left that game with a ankle injury? Did I mention that Tyrod Taylor came and played that game for 1 series and it was out in a concussion? Did I tell you that they had to tape up Daniel Jones's ankle to bring him back in that game? And did I also tell you that it also cost Saquon Barkley also playing some wild cut at quarterback? And that's how they got that victory. These quarterbacks ain't lasting right now. I'm telling you. Whew. Listen. If I'm a team with a quarterback, I'll be nervous right now because these quarterbacks are falling. Yo, if your team has a quarterback, be nervous. If your team has a quarterback that plays football in the National Football League, be extra nervous. God damn. These guys are really falling. I'm sorry to say it. I really hate to say it. Damn, this game is over quick. It's like, damn, did they take no timeouts? Did they have no stoppage of plays? This game really went by fast. I feel like normally, like, this game is on for like at least another 30 to 45 minutes. Listen, this Jets game was pretty fast too, right? The New York Jets came away with an early lead in this game, right? And they had some troubling times. They really did. They had some troubling times, and it's up to the point where I made a post. Like I fell victim to it, and I was like, you know what? The Jets quarterback is ass. It was in the third quarter. I think Pittsburgh had just taken the lead from us. So the Jets had just lost the lead. Yeah, it was that kind of game where leads could have been gained and lost. They definitely were in the witching hour. If you're a red zone frequenter, then you know what I mean. But and I remember Wilson falling back to pass, and him throwing the ball off the back of one of his linemen. And I was just like, you know what? Quarterback is ass. Because it was an easy first down that he missed, right? And I was like, man, you're just trying to throw this game back away. But no. The New York Jets will find a way to put up 14 points in the fourth quarter. But more importantly, you see Wilson make a drive at the end of the game, 7 for 7. Right? And more than anything, right? Best record as starting quarterbacks versus a single opponent. Patrick Mahomes versus Denver, 9-0. Tampa Bay, Tom Brady versus Atlanta, 9-0. Well, Tampa Bay. Well, I don't know what they say. And then Jimmy G versus, I guess, LA. He was the next one. Damn, he really does own LA. I was part of that. Listen, I was part of that thought process. Like, some people just own some people. Like, listen, Aaron Rodgers owns Chicago. Jimmy G owns LA. Like, if Jimmy G made it to the AFC Championship game and they had to play the Rams, I would probably pick San Francisco at that point. Just because of how he has his way with them. Most times. Right? I know we've seen differently a few times in the playoffs already. But, hey, if they haven't beaten them yet, I'm going to beat them this time, because it's just always up there for the grabs. It's just something about it. And you see Deebo Samuels having another big game. Oh, making big catches, making defenders slip. Get off me, slip past me. Oh, you can't touch me. You should be stronger. I'm in the end zone. I'm doing my dance. Deebo Samuels, 6 receptions, 115 yards, and a touchdown. Fantasy owners rejoice. He is putting up buckets for you. Zach Wilson, folks, like I said, he goes like 7 for 7 at the end of the game, and even as I'm watching and I'm looking at it, there's still a part of me that says, you know what, this is a 2-minute drill. And I know with 2-minute drill, there's a lot less formality, right? There's a lot less formation, but there's also something about mastering the 2-minute drill, because far too often in this league, the game may come down to your 2-minute drill. Or what it can also help very much develop is your situational football skills as well. Right? So the fact that he was thriving there, it was good to see. But again, you know what? Like, they had the opportunities. And listen, and not to take anything away from Pittsburgh, the Jets did what they were supposed to do. They took advantage of both quarterbacks. They took advantage, and when I say both quarterbacks, what do you mean? They took advantage of, who was it, Mitchell Trubisky? Is that who your quarterback is? Yeah, Mitchell. They took advantage of Mitchell Trubisky, And then wait, why? Oh, whoa, where's he at? I know he played. I know I didn't hallucinate. All right, hold on. They're playing games with me, but they don't have him up here. But they took care of Mitchell Trubisky, and then even forced them to bring in their young quarterback. So the young quarterback came in. I'm forgetting his name already. But yep, the young quarterback came in the game, folks, and he played. And it looks like the New York Jets are now gonna. At least this time at least they got the victory, right? The New York Jets have again helped break in another new quarterback. Now they did what they were supposed to do. They really did, right? And is that you know what? And they did something I wanted to see. You're both kind of young teams, right? At this point, you just got the rookie quarterback put in there because you guys were just destroying the other bridge quarterback. So you have the rookie quarterback coming in there, and I wanted to see a team that is led by a defensive-minded head coach take advantage of a rookie quarterback's first start when he's thrown into the middle of a game. I wanted to see, because like I said, there's little things. Like I said, not everything has to be how everything has to get you to W. But I was gonna be upset if the Jets lost this game. But I also wanted to make them see that. I also wanted to make take advantage of the quarterback, punish him. And you saw it. He came in and you see him throwing an interception in his first possession, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Very first possession, not first possession, first drive, interception. Jets get the ball back, opportunity to score again, and it was part of that. Like not only was Mitch struggling, but it was the fact that you know what, they put this rookie in there. Let's take advantage of this rookie. Let's confuse them. Let's see if we can make this quarterback look inadequate. Because it is his first game, and he has never seen this in real-time speed. He's never we could throw this that he's never seen before in his whole entire life. Life. And it happened. And you get proud of those moments. Because again, you're beating the teams that you're supposed to beat. When the sports heads and pontificators, right, were coming out and you heard a few of them say, hey, these Jets could possibly get you 7 dubs, right? In a really crazy world, maybe 9, but there's 7 wins in there. Well, it's because they were looking at teams like Pittsburgh, and you heard them say it, like Pittsburgh, and that was a possibility now. It's like a spades hand. You know what? It may not be the strongest hand I have, but if it's played right, I got a P in here. And they're P fine enough. Now, like what I mentioned with the Giants in Chicago, when Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh fans are looking at this game on the calendar against the Jets, they're looking like them as a dub as well. Great, I get it. But you know what the Jets weren't looking at this as? As a complete loss. There were some teams you look at their team like, yeah, that's a wash. But now, the name of the game where you call the best case scenario is beating those 50-50 teams. Of beating teams like, you know what? I think we could beat Pittsburgh. They don't have a quarterback yet. They don't have an identity. We know Mike Tomlin hasn't had a losing record ever, but it's early in the season. It's not like it's the last game of the season and this is going to determine if Mike Tomlin has a winning record or not. No, it's early on. Fresh quarterback, don't know nothing yet. Hasn't seen shit. He's either going to be Mitch or the Rook, and you think you could get to both of them. And again, it's a different confidence of both of these New York teams this year, right? Finally, feeling like that both of them kind of have the head coach and even the management enough to keep putting them in the right position. The Jets actually having a weapon. Now we're gonna have to keep an eye on what's going on with Garrett Wilson, because you didn't get a chance to really see him and Zach Wilson, right? The Wilson connection. You didn't get to see like Wilson and Wilson. That sounds like they're about to be a law firm, right? But you didn't get a chance to see both of them really find a connection, and it's kind of sad to see as Jets fans, because when Joe Flacco was the quarterback, those two connected every single day like they were beat cops trying to solve a case. So hopefully, right, as Zach starts to get comfortable again, right? We saw him make some throws. I was like, oh, he made that throw. And the thing about making some throws is also having the wide receivers that are willing to go the extra mile to catch them too. Not everything is right there in the breadbasket. Sometimes you got to reach for stuff. And I'm gonna say this: in years, I didn't think that the Jets or the Giants had wide receivers that was putting in effort in the receiving game when some passes came their way. You see that now. But it may also be because they have a wide receiver on there that if you force feed him 17 times, he won't care. And he'll catch at least 12 of them and put up 100 yards. And now other guys looking like, yo, we got to step our game up in this offensive in this wide receiver room. Because now we got a rookie in here busting all of our asses. And shout out to a lot of these rookies and second year players that are coming out here doing their thing. Gary Wilson was shining for a couple of weeks while being led by Joe Flacco. You have a Olave over there in New Orleans. He's over here doing his thing behind the multiple quarterbacks that New Orleans continue to go through between Jameis Winston and Carson Palmer. No, Andy Dalton. Sorry. I know you guys know where my brain detached a while ago on that one. So it was good to see. It's always good to see when your team gets a dub, right? But it's even better when they make statements and they come back in games and they have game-winning drives and they make game-winning plays and they show poise and composure and they show tangible and intangible things that you can look at and be like, yo, that's a building block. That's something that we can water, nourish, care, and develop and be better at. Not just for you as an individual, but for us as a team. I told you my city's on fire right now. Told you my city's on fire right now. Yo, y'all go ahead and at your boy. Right? Y'all be on Twitter, right? Show me a picture of what you're outside looking like right now. Let me know. Yo, I know you ain't outside. Take a picture of that. Make a picture outside your window. If you drive it, take a picture outside your window while you drive it. Let me see what's outside right now. Let's see who's outside. I smell that. You smell that nice winter air, that nice autumn air starting to come through. Nice starting to cool down a little bit. You're able to open up the windows if you're in some of these warmer climates now. Like me in Florida, I say warmer climates. So to get some of that fresh air in while you're sleeping, open up the windows first thing in the morning, get some of that morning dew. City's on fire right now. You better open up those windows. You gotta that motherfucker breathe. We gonna be lit all week. And the Knicks play tomorrow. Don't let the Knicks win tomorrow. Don't let the Knicks win tomorrow. I am going to be an unsufferable ball of positive energy all week long. I'm talking about walking erection. I'm going to have so much blood flowing through my body at a rapid rate. Yo, somebody call my new shorty. We're going to have to progress things. Listen, that's the goal, okay? While the Giants, the Bills, and the Jets seem like they're taking steps forward, things are not looking so good down here in South Florida for the Miami Dolphins, and Tua got a tongue twister. He is now officially in concussion protocol. So that means that we know that we're not going to see him next week. Right? So now it's just about how soon do we see Tua. Well, regardless of how soon we see Tua, we know we're not going to see his doctor anymore. Hasn't been confirmed yet if he signed that black dude that was a kid, right? That was tricking everybody saying it was a doctor, or was that bald white guy from all the movies that we watch, right? But he's officially fired his doctor, right? And really, what I hear is that they have outlined the first scapegoat. ultimately, right? If your legs do not wobble, it is not a concussion they shall check for. If one falls and hit his head, should they not put you in protocol? If thou cannot walk under one's own capacity, should you not be checked out? I understand that his doctor or the Miami Dolphins doctor may have diagnosed him wrong or misdiagnosed him. At some point in time, this is either Tua's doctor or the Dolphins doctor. So this is somebody that one of you guys paid to be your yes man. And I don't claim to know what exactly went on back there, right? But I have a feeling that either the player or the organization at some point, somebody either from player or organization side asked, hey, you sure I can't go back out there? I mean, what worse can happen? It's like, yeah. This is what happens when you hire yes people. People that just do what you want them, what they think you want to hear. Kind of sounds like a marriage. Like, yes, babe. Okay, babe. Yes. I did take out the trash. Trash still there. Whatever. But what I seriously I hear the first scapegoat. This is still something that the players still said they wanted to do. This is still something play that is. And players are gonna say that they want to play. So this is something that the player still said he wanted to do. This is still the organization doing the very bare minimum to try to stop him from not playing. And basically, they was like, well, the doc said he was good, so we're going to go with he good. This is back. That's because you wanted it to be his back and not his head. So you went with the story that helped fit whatever narrative. And you were okay as long as you got whatever justification that you needed to cover your ass when you decided to put somebody out on the field that everybody watching in the world knew he had a concussion. My mom saw that play. She was like, he was over here sounding like a Orochimaru. What happened to his hands? I was like, nothing's wrong with his hands, man. He got a concussion. He's knocked out. That boy's asleep. He out there tripping. Everybody knew that was a bad idea. I don't know. I don't know how many different ways. Like I said, I got pies. There's no way for me to even to ignore it, even try. I can't even stop myself from saying because it was so obvious. It was so obvious that Tua had no business being back out on that field. And definitely didn't deserve to be on that field this past Thursday. Now, I still have a serious question that I'm curious about. Because both incidences that caused him to get a concussion weren't very major hits. But you know they say once you have a concussion, it's kind of easy to get another one. I wonder if he was already concussed before his first one. I seriously am curious about that. I'm curious to find out what may come out there in the pipeline. Tua got a tongue twister, was already suffering from a concussion or concussion-like symptoms. Part of the reason why he thought that there was no worse that he could have been done because he already been playing one for the past 2 weeks. 2 weeks, not 1 week? 3 weeks? 4 weeks? So now Tua fires the doc, and the doc is out, and obviously the Miami Dolphins are gonna be relooked at for now the concussion protocol. On top of now all of the other crap that has been going on with this Miami Heat organization. Miami Heat is Miami Heat's a funny. It's okay. We just like to poke fun at you right now, and right now it's just becoming easy. And I know this isn't the best thing to poke fun at, but you know what? Take away the injury part and just what's happening to your organization over this last summer and up to now. Like, hey, I'm okay watching the shit show. I am. Like, as a Jets fan, I am okay watching this whole entire thing burn. Sometimes you just gotta let it burn. Now, before we talk about like letting things burn, right? We're gonna take a little quick break, but not even so much a quick break. Let me make sure I bring it to my mighty topic of the day. And what our mighty topic of the day is something that is actually one of those things that we kind of hold near and dear to our heart, and that is the freedom of one Brittany Griner. If you guys are unaware, Brittany Griner has now still been incarcerated for a total of 228 days. She has been wrongfully detained in Russia on trumped up weed charges as they hold her hostage and try to leverage her to free up one of their arms dealers. All right, Brittany Griner, if you are unsure, she is one of the greatest women's basketball players ever, folks. We're talking about an 8-time All-Star. We're talking about a champion, an 8-time block leader, a 4-time NBA NBA first team, 3-time NBA second team. We're talking about 3-time defensive first team as well as 3-time defensive second team. She was the most outstanding player in college. Like, I was gonna say, a 4-time defensive first team there, and 3 times at 3 times offensive. She was the most outstanding player or best player coming out of best player in high school as well. Yes, well, she's been balling since she was a kid, and very iconically, only the 3rd woman in WNBA history to dunk a ball during the game, behind only Candace Parker and the one legendary Lisa Leslie. Sorry, Lisa Lopez is the chick from TLC. No scrub, no more. Sorry, I was mixing scrub verbiage with waterfall movements. You guys almost saw my nipple for no reason. Mm-mm-mm. So just keep with Britney Girls in your thoughts and prayers, or whatever that you utilize to channel positive energy. Just keep her there, and let's hope that she can continue to get home safely and with as little mental trauma as possible. I would say let's hope that she gets home quickly, but quickly is already out the door, as she has already been locked, as she has already been detained longer than most soldiers deploy. Let's let you know. Let's let you know. Let's let you know. And with that said, guys, also make sure that you go ahead and go on and that you get out and get an opportunity to vote as well. The elections for your local cities, town, and government is coming up pretty soon. The kind of energy and the uproar that you guys put into the presidential election, you should probably put 10 times more energy into your local elections. Some of you people, depending on where you're listening at, some of you may be living in a state that is trying to pass slavery, people. So go ahead and you definitely make sure. Y'all know you want to like, wait, what the fuck you just say, T? Yes, pay attention to. Now I had this written down somewhere, and I've since then not been able to find the document that I wrote this down on. But yes, folks, there are some places where they are trying to bring back slavery. Pay attention to the verbiage of the things that you are voting on. And let's see if we can give these women back their rights to do whatever the fuck they want to do with their body. Because, guys, seriously, like, you understand if anybody was trying to pass laws that we couldn't do shit with our body, that we would fight that shit tooth and nail. Let's give these women back their rights. Also, guys, protect themselves. Protect yourselves. If she can't have an abortion, that means she has to keep it. When you fuck up, when you pull out game week, 7 games a week, when you skeet right between her. Like, so, listen, man. Like, you ain't, listen, sometimes, like, you guys be thinking about, like, you ain't trying to have that even the one that she is sometimes. Like, relax. Like, sometimes, guys, you don't even know. It could have been a one-night stand, and then she finds out, like, you guys don't even talk again. Or maybe you do. You pass each other loosely, and she want to mention it. She goes in and gets it done in the clinic. You guys even know. Now, all of a sudden, you in a state where you have to keep it off. Suddenly, like, hey, guess what, Pimpin? We got a baby to raise now. No, I'm just saying, like, think about all of the ramifications. Think about all of them. Right? And that's just me thinking about, and that's me being silly. Think about the medical ones. Think about the people that if they give birth, that is going to end up killing them, or they have to give birth to suffering children that are being born with half skulls, or exposed domes and exposed organs because they have to have the baby now. Just saying, like, listen, there's a lot more medical reasons. And then there is the one that I joked about that comes to the forefront of everybody's mind when they think about it. Take your head out your ass for half a second and think about really all the true medical stuff. Think about the people that may be in situations that cause them suffering. Right? Let's think about forget about the idle stuff. Let's go into the dark trends of it. Think about all the people that may in position that cause them suffering, either physically, or either from mental, or even from physical trauma that they suffered. Right? That may give them also mental trauma. Let's not forget that there's a lot of sickos out there that like to rape women. Let's not force people to have babies of their rapist if that's something that they don't want to choose to do. Why would you want forced trauma on you? No, none of you do. So you see, we always fight for so much of our rights, but we also so quick to want to take away other people's rights when it doesn't directly impact us. Let's make sure these women get ready. So pay attention to the stuff that you're voting on. Pay attention. Pay attention. Right? And like I said, whatever energy you was given to the presidential election, like that, trust me when I say that shit is damn near useless. You should be giving 10 times that much energy to your local election. The changes that you keep saying that you want, they start here. So don't just register and vote. Make sure you get out and vote and start being that change that you want to be. Look, we're having a changing of the guards, right? Like basketball season is basketball season has officially started. We got a couple of basketball games on. Ben Simmons, he's healthy. You see him playing with the Brooklyn Nets. They over here dishing and switching. You see Ben Simmons looking like a super watered down version of Magic's big toe. Exactly. I started having that thought process. I'm like, I don't even know if I can disrespect any other party part on Magic that much to consider. But they were looking good though. The Brooklyn Nets were looking good so far in early on in their preseason game. You hear a lot of the talk that's coming out of Brooklyn about the trade rumors and about Ben Simmons, not Ben Simmons, but KD not being traded or wanted to be traded or wanting out of there, and how the organization talked them into this about the firing of the head coach and not the firing of the head coach. It's just so weird how that whole scenario is being played out. Like, these are one of those scenarios where it can only be solved by winning. It really is. And I really hope winning is the number one thing on all of their minds. Speaking of winning, Antonio Brown posted a tweet that doesn't even sound real. Right? And it was and he posted a tweet saying, hey, anybody trying to beef up their offense, holla at Antonio Brown because you know that he can still take the top off of the D. Those are his own. That's a tweet for him. That's a tweet about himself. That's a tweet he tweeted. Then very shortly after, he also made a very, very, very cryptic tweet, as if he may have had relations with Tom Brady's wife. And while as a Jets fan, I have joked about my young quarterback having a thing for MILFs, right? But like honestly, who hasn't had a thing for MILFs? Like, and I feel like it's only gotten worse. Like I've seen the women in my age group. I've seen my peers. Like, if these were the MILFs that I was growing up with, right? The same women that I was growing up with. Listen, I would have an even deeper thing. I would have had an even deeper thing for MILFs growing up, in those early ages. Like, come on, man. You see how these women are doing it now. Like they are making sure that everything stays right and tight and firmed up all the way through menopause. Like, y'all better stop tripping. Lashes, boobs done, nails ass lifted, calves reshaped, coochie trimmed, kegled up. To even get reclitified or re-virginized, like y'all, man. And our mills didn't even have that. Like we just had Stifler's mom. Like that was it. And then they made a bunch of Stifler mom lookalikes and poured. But if Antonio Brown, I wonder how much. You know what? Let me not pass judgment, but it would be shady as fuck if Antonio Brown messed around with that dude's wife while he invited you in his home to give you a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance at your career so you can do the thing you love and make up and continue to make money. Because when you go out and you talk to and you hear Antonio Brown sometimes talk about, start talking to some of these other places he does interviews at, he always finds a way to mention that he has kids that he's raising. Right? So let's continue to make money for those kids that it sounds like that you do have a place in your heart for. Like he took you in like and help you get a Super Bowl ring, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they got a Super Bowl ring. And if you did mess with that man's wife, that's shady. But also, it is also just scummy. Like even if you did or you didn't, the fact that you're hinting towards it right now, right? During a time where it's mentioned that they may be having some marital blisses, right, or some marital issues, possibly. That now is the time that you want to come out, you want to start saying shit like, "Come on, pimpin', you got like," but you know what, though? You know what, though? You know what, though? That's his Antonio Brown. Like I'm not even surprised. Like I'm trying to think that if Antonio Brown was Mike Tyson, we'll probably love him better. like I don't know why I have these weird ass thoughts, but I feel like, if Antonio Brown was more lovable, right? We'll like I said, if anybody was more lovable, we'll like him better. Now they got a picture of Antonio Brown going around from him when he was a kid over there grilling and shit. But that's a Florida thing. You see that look, and also for people and for the caption that's on that. That's the come on. Like I know we're, but you guys forget that Antonio Brown was basically homeless when he came into the league or was going into college. Like living from place to place, growing up on the street. He literally grew up on the streets of Miami. The streets of Miami, not he lived in an apartment and he used to go out and do dumb shit. No, he had nowhere to live and was living on the streets of Miami. So that picture that you see of Antonio Brown, that is very indicative of probably not only the environment that he was in and trying to look tough and everything, but also the goon mentality that he probably had to adopt just for survival. Like I said, like you have to remember, like sometimes you have to remember too that the NFL does have a whole bunch of knuckleheads. We can't expect everybody to be of sound consciousness. But this is what the Antonio Brown show is. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Antonio Brown very slowly joins Kanye West and Condoleezza Rice or whatever, that Candace Rice or whatever her name is, and start rocking the White Lives Matter sweaters. Like Antonio Brown is he's getting there. Like he's giving me, but see, it's like what he's giving me. Like what because we've seen it with a couple of our favorite athletes in the past, but it just never ends well for the athletes in the past. And we've seen this from. We've seen this from the Mike Tysons in the past, the Ron Artest in the past. We've seen it from guys like that. These are the guys I remember because they were influential to me. Right, like these are guys that I was looking at, but I'm pretty sure they're not the only ones. These are the ones that I can't remember. These are the ones that I can remember. Right, I think that he gives off signs of the Chris Benoit's of the past. Like there's a lot of signs of what some form of mental disturbance looks like, and I think we've all come to terms that something is going on inside that big brain of Antonio Brown. We just can't figure out exactly what it is. But sometimes also, you know what? Stardom is a hell of a drug too. And you hear from some of his former teammates that there was definitely a shift in his personality also after he got paid. Because then when he looks at it, right, he's he's one of those guys that he knows his stats better than anybody else, right? But it's not even just his stats. It's the only fourth round pick to do this, only like the youngest guy to get a guaranteed this, and the guy and I get it because we do highlight a lot of that for quarterbacks, running backs, and a lot of other positions. You rarely ever hear the athlete themselves spurted out like they were in the WWE, like they were cutting a promo, right, for their opponent, and it had to be like, man, I got this. I was paid this at this age. I got this at this age, and I am the wheeling, dealing, high flying, baby stealing, girl kissing, limousine riding, woo, ball catching son of a gun. Like that's how Antonio Brown sounds. He sounds like he has walking Ric Flair. Like is that is that even a thing? I may coin that, right? That may be one of my things. That may be one of my things. I'm still saying he sounds like he really has walking Ric Flair syndrome. Where and it's not even like the good part we're talking about.
Be the man. You gotta be the man, and I'm saying, woo, right here.
Dropping elbows, like taking off his pads in the middle of the game, throwing them in the end zone, dropping elbows on them, and then posing like he's Randy Orton. I do want to see him in wrestling though. Like, see, I am toxic like that though. I like to flirt with the devil sometimes. Like I really do, and I really have to stop. I really have to stop flirting with the devil. Like I really do. But it's so fun. It really is. And as much as I'm like, yo, Antonio Brown may be a wash in football, and I don't know if watching him in football entertains me anymore. I will be very entertained to watch him in WWE. I'll be very entertained to watch him as a wrestler, and I don't know why. I'll be more entertained to watch him as a UFC fighter because then he's more inclined to get his shit rocked, right? Like he can really go night. But I think I would be entertained as Antonio Brown, the wrestler, because I'm curious of his promos. Like I want to hear him cut a promo. I want to hear him cut a promo and sound like Sid Vicious. Or sound like Ric Flair. Like I just want to see him go crazy. Whatever news that we have for you today, you know what? Because I think I'm about to end the podcast here pretty soon. We're gonna start wrapping this down. We got a couple of basketball things to talk about. Shout out, actually not even shout out, right? So let's get some local talk in here, right? So one Tyler Hero, as he just signed himself a nice little 4-year, 130 or 20, $30 million extension to keep with the Miami Heat the next couple of years. Tyler Hero came out at the beginning of last year, saying sometime, and he put the world on notice, and it really was putting the world on notice when he said this kind of bold statement, because he definitely put on a platform for everybody to hear. And he said, listen, when you think of the names like Ja Morant, Luka Doncic, Trae Young, I want you to also think of Tyler Hero and put my name in there with them as well. Now, while Tyler Hero has not been able to break the starting lineup in his squad so far, he did the next best thing that you can do as a person that does not start, and that's damn near winning the 6th Man of the Year award. He did win the 6th Man of the Year award. Yeah, he did. And I think Ja Morant got most improved player, and he gave that to his boy Barnes, or one of his young boys. I already forgot who won MVP. Was it Steph? Was it Joel? I know they didn't give it to the Joker for a third time. There was no way that was going to happen unless the Joker happened to have the best team in the league. Like, you know, it's funny because the NBA do have these narratives in there sometimes, right? And I think we made this whole podbean feed. The NBA really is. You know what? Screw that. I'm gonna give you guys probably a few more minutes, right? But so before we do that, we're gonna take a little quick break. We're gonna take an army break, all right? So you guys can at ease for a while. Go get your drink, go get your smoke, do whatever you do. Take a quick bathroom break, and when we come back with the Mighty Sports Podcast, right, we will give you a little bit of basketball talk, right? Finish up with some Knicks talk, a little bit more NBA news, and maybe I'll go a little bit story time, and we'll end the night that way, folks. It's getting real close to that midnight hour. It's time for that sexy voice to come out. Hope you people are ready. Mighty Sports Podcast, Midnight Love Hour, coming up real soon. Hey yo, you're supposed to do me a favor, and you're supposed to drop a whole entire commercial so I could go get more drink.
They didn't join this team to win championships or become famous. They joined because there is important work to be done, and not some able to do. I
forgot about you guys.
They are brighter, better educated, led, and equipped than any team in history.
You guys, but this is big news to us over here on the Mighty Sports Podcast because one of my brothers and a friend of the show, right, for the 8-time in fantasy baseball, I won the League of Champions World Champion record is now 325 days. Congratulations. Right. Oh, you almost had that one. Right. The Miami Heat has they now have a new DJ for their spring training camp. For the next 2 years, it will be the one, the only, my brother, a friend of the podcast, DJ Scepter. So again to DJ Scepter as he just also signed a 2-year contract to go ahead and be be the Miami Heat DJ for the next couple of years, folks. So Tyler Hero gets a new contract. DJ Scepter gets a new contract, and he'll be joining them with their spring training. And it's only for spring training right now. And he does other things with them as well. But definitely lock down the spring training contract. He's like, hey, every year you get to go to Bahamas as well too. That means, if he get a smoochie piece on the side, that means his smoochie gets to go with him too eventually. You know what I mean? Eventually this year, maybe not this first year, but eventually. You know what I mean? Unless when they go to training camp, it's a no wives, allowed kind of event, because what happens in the Bahamas comes back in the form of STDs. Keep your dick in your pants, pimpin'. It's more lemonade. I promise you, it's more lemonade. I really do like that Publix lemonade. It really is good. But as we told you, folks, NBA preseason starts today, folks. The New York Knicks finally plays tomorrow as they take on the Detroit Pistons. All right, so they'll be taking the Detroit Pistons and their young squads. One of these things that the New York Knicks fans will probably be looking for the most is going to be probably the shooting guard position this year, right? The New York Knicks have done a lot of movement over the offseason already that should already please most Knicks fans. They got rid of a lot of old dead weight. You saw them get rid of Kemba Walker, who was the perfect definition of old dead weight, but great locker room guy, great leader, right? But sorry, he was just a walking muppet at this time. Waka. Sorry, Kemba, but it was time for him to go. They got rid of. I remember, and they had to get rid of these guys because Tom Thibodeau is one of those coaches that he respects a couple of things. He respects your contract. So if you get paid a certain amount of money, he's gonna make sure that you're getting used for the money that you're being paid. And if you're a veteran, he kind of leans on you because of your experience. So out of nature, having guys like Kemba Walker on the team, having guys like Derrick Rose on the team, having guys like Taj Gibson on the team, having guys like Nerlens Noel on the team, it just did it. It set the team up because he almost had a veteran he could go and lean to almost at every single position. And all Knicks fans wanted to do was watch their young boys ball. All of those guys except for Derrick Rose won't be coming back, and we already know Derrick Rose has no problem coming off the bench. New York Knicks just signed Jalen Brunson. He will be their starting point guard. So with them getting rid of the Nerlens Noel and the Taj Gibson, that frees up now more time for Jericho Sims. That frees up more time from Obi Toppins now to start playing. So it starts giving those guys more opportunity and more burn in the rotation. Allows you to see a little bit more now of. I don't know if Kevin Knox is back or not. I have to check. I'll be looking at that tomorrow. If Kevin Knox is not there, then there goes the opportunities that's going to open up for Cam Reddish to start playing more, as he looks like that he's starting to get into the groove and in the coach's good gracious possibly. We're going to check on that. But more so, Knicks fans are going to be paying attention to that shooting guard position. And it's because it's the one position where we still have a useless veteran, where we still have a wet sack of sand, and that's Evan Fournier. Knicks fans are unsure if it's going to be a starting job for Evan Fournier or a starting job for Quentin Grimes. Now, the part that sucks is that Quentin Grimes right now, if I'm not mistaken, is in a walking boot. All right? The last time that we saw a picture of him. So he may not be available to start for training camp. So he may be a little bit behind the 8 ball. And if he's behind the 8 ball, Tom Thibodeau maybe go with his veteran guy that just came from playing overseas, that's already in basketball shape to keep up with a pace or just a fitness level that he wants the team at. But Knicks fans are going to be watching the shooting guard spot to see what happens, to see if you start, and not just shooting guard spot, rotation-wise, right? To see if Tom Thibodeau gets creative with rotation. And sometimes if you don't see Derrick Rose on the court at the same time, you see Jalen Brunson. With as many guards with as many guards that they have now, you may also see you won't be surprised to see Jalen Brunson and Emmanuel Quickly on the board on the court at the same time. It's really gonna. It's Knicks fans are really gonna be interested to see what they happen at shooting guard. Because Evan Fournier, we know is not it. Evan Fournier is right now a guy that shoots a lot of threes and can shoot threes at a high rate. On defense, he is trash. Actually, he is worse than trash because trash at least can be blown in the wind. He is a wet bag of sand. But like I said, wet bags of sand have purpose. And his purpose is how he shoots the three. And him breaking the Knicks 3-pointers in one season, well, whoop-de fucking do for you. Give Quentin Grimes that many attempts, and I'm pretty sure he breaks it as well. Just saying, in today's game, it's not going to be hard for people to constantly keep on surpassing some records that in this era of basketball and in this pace of basketball, that the fact that some records for like 3-point records for some teams haven't been broken by a current player as of yet just shows you that you haven't had any good players on your team for the last 10 years that can shoot threes. Because these are things that are broken almost every day now. Like Stephen Curry is shooting more 3-pointers is making more 3-pointers in a season that some teams are still holding on to as franchise records for a season. Just saying, man. So I understand that Evan Fournier adds a level of 3-point ability into that game, but even I believe that Evan Fournier would be better coming off the bench. If you had to look at it statistically, let Evan Fournier come off the bench and let Quentin, and like I said, Quentin Grimes is in a walking boot right now, so it's hard to defend him as it currently speaks. It's hard to be upset if Grimes catches that start. I mean, if Fournier gets the starting spot over Grimes, because Grimes really can't start right now. He can't play right now, and who knows what degree of injury this is and how much of a setback it has on him from a cardio standpoint, from a basketball standpoint. So all those little things that go into play. Like I said, Evan Fournier was just playing ball at a championship level overseas. So he's ready. Once Grimes comes back, though, they have to put some serious thought. If he's having problems guarding the starting guard on every single team, then make him guard the second unit. Remember, there's a reason why guys are on the second unit, because there's little deficiencies in their game that don't qualify them to be starters. But you have pit bulls on defense from your young boys, from Emmanuel Quickly, from Quentin Grimes, from Deuce McBride. You have pit bulls there that not only can they stay in front of their man in a half-court set, they can pick their man up in a full-court set and stay in front of them and do what you do and press. And then Fournier could come in if he wants to off the bench with lesser players, kind of similar to the players he's probably was played against in Europe. Right? Come off of as the ball screens come off as many ball screens as he need and shoot the open three. Help give that bench that injection of offense that sometimes a bench lacks. Help give that bench that experience that they're looking for. Because sometimes your bench could get a little sporadic. You have Derrick Rose. You have him and Derrick Rose as the two vets coming off the bench. That sounds good. So like I said, Knicks fans are going to be paying a lot of attention to that shooting guard position. That's probably the one position that's going to have the biggest question mark. The center position, you don't have any question marks really. Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Swims, those guys are going to be the big bodies in the middle. We hope at the 4 position, we hope that Julius Randle can be a better player than he was last year. Do we need him to be the full version of what he was 2 years ago? That's just being selfish. You just don't need him to be the asshole that he was last year. or the black hole that he was last year. Like that has to be removed. And then again, you're looking at Obi Toppins. So that power forward position may be the number 2 position that Knicks fans are keeping an eye on to see how that plays out. Because we saw on X fans saw how Obi Toppins played at the end of last year, and how he was able to play once he no longer had to think he was watching over his back for any little mistakes that he made. He was able to play more loosely, shoot the three. I'm shoot the three with ease and with some kind of fluidity, right? Go to the lane, use his athleticism to his advantage on offense and on defense. Alley-oops, putbacks, blocks, rebounds. We saw that. So now it's going to be able to say, okay, now can he start to progress that, add to that, right? But also, how does he fit in certain lineups, right? With him and Jericho, right? With him in the starting lineup, possibly alongside Mitchell Robinson sometimes, or alongside Julius Randle. See how that works out. Or see if Julius Randle doesn't get his act together. If they say, Jules, you know what? You come off the bench too. And we're going to put Obi in there because you're not doing what we need you to do. We don't like your body language. We don't like your attitude. Like that can happen. So that's probably the number 2 spot that the Knicks fans are looking at. Everything else is pretty solidified. Point guard solidified. Center solidified. Small forward solidified. Is that shooting guard and power forward that has those slight question mark? Is that shooting guard and power forward position that Knicks fans looking like, hey, from what we know that you have in starters, Knicks fans are almost salivating for their bench replacements to come and take their spots. When you talk about Evan Fournier and Julius Octavius Randle. Had to remember his full name. But these questions can't get into before the season starts. And the season starts tomorrow, or as it officially is now, today. And just like how we can't get answer these questions until the season starts, the season can't start also until we finish this podcast. So with that said, folks, hope you continue to transform yourself into the kind of person that you would want to work for you. I am Talon El Idolo Deportivo Taylor. This is the Mighty Sports Podcast. Don't forget you can catch us again live on Wednesday from 8:07 p.m. to 11:07 p.m. Actually, that's every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday. 8:07 p.m. to 11:07 p.m. You can catch the podcast live. But also, on Wednesdays, it's very special. If you're in the South Florida area, you can we record the show live directly from one of our local bars, Sharky's Bar and Grill. They'll have drink specials. They have food specials. Come on and catch the show. We'll have our raffle going on, and let's make sure we make sure that we remind you guys about the raffle, right? Because that will be completely irresponsible of me. What raffle are you talking about, folks? That is the MyT Sports raffle for In Art We Lust 3 that takes place on October 21st. Every single Wednesday live at Sharky's, we will be doing a raffle, folks, for that art show In Art We Lust 3 that takes place on October 21st. All you have to do is you have to be at Sharky's to participate in the raffle. We will be announcing the winner promptly at 10 p.m. on October 12th, live from Sharky's. Now, you don't have to be at Sharky's live to win, but you should at least be listening to see if I call your name. Make sure I don't rig it and be like, I don't want to give it to you, I'm give it to somebody else. But I'm not going to do that. But if you're in the South Florida area, definitely want to make sure that you check out this art show. It's going to be an incredible art show for you guys to go ahead and experience. And if you're looking to buy your own tickets, if you're saying like, hey, you know what, I kind of live in Homestead, I don't think I'm going to be able to come out and join this raffle, but I do want to buy my own tickets because I'm going to be available that weekend. I want to come check things out. You can go to The Centers CS, so that's The Centers, like Charlie Sierra, CS.com. Use promo code ART22, so you're able to go ahead and get your tickets. And folks, In Art We Lust 3. Let me explain to what you guys is an immersive female-driven art showcase. Fellas, I don't know how much more I can express that. It is an immersive female-driven art showcase. So ladies, also get out there and support your other women doing boss things. Right, because proceeds are also going to go to benefit in the National Breast Cancer Foundation. In Art We Lust 3 is going to represent the talents of the local South Florida artists. Right, so that night you'll be able to enjoy a night of live musicians, DJs, raffles, vendors, live body art, as well as and a whole lot more. Listen, come out and you'll be able to meet some of the brilliant minds, right? And hopefully you'll be able to take something home as well, right? That's going to go to a very, very great cause. In Art We Lust 3, October 21st, live from the Coral Springs Center of the Art. And also, we have they also offer this opportunity to go ahead and do the podcast from there as well. So if I mention this to you, I guess I'm just going to take that opportunity because I wanted to be part of. I wanted to enjoy the event. I didn't want to be a part of the event, but you know what? Based off of the person that asked me, like if she says like, "Yo, I kind of want you to," she definitely wants me to go on one of her friends' podcasts. So that's definitely something I'm definitely going to do that night. Am I going to put on a show that night because it is a Friday night and I do owe you guys a show? I don't know if I want to go. I don't know if I want to go there and do a show. But I think I'm probably going to talk myself into it. You know, I can't really leave you guys without saying a step two. It'll be uncivilized of me. Well, that's everything for the weekend. We made some moves. We signed some. We made some handshake deals. Let's see if I can work my way into CCW for their ring announcing gig. We talked with that as well. We got some things in the working, B. You know, your boy's about to be all over the city the way he wants to be. For real. And then